everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am excited today to just show a little bit of how we are celebrating Easter, decorating our eggs this year, what we're doing, being really creative during Safer at Home since we're still under quarantine and we won't be having our traditional, Easter egg hunt at church or doing traditional Easter family meal. I just want to show how we're adapting, and we have a couple of really fun projects that we have been doing and what we are going to do today and on Sunday to just still observe the holiday and make the day special for our family. So one thing about me is I have a ton of arts and crafts supplies at my house. I just recently posted a video that was a tour of my homeschool classroom, and so that did show a little bit of the supplies that are kept in our homeschool classroom, but I actually have an entire second storage center for crafts in our garage. So a lot of these things are actually housed down there. We don't engage with this level of art on a regular basis. It's just something that we pull out on occasion. But I do have these things, and I wanted to go over what I have for our Easter egg decorating craft today. So we have only a few white eggs. We don't usually buy white eggs. We usually buy brown eggs at our house. But since there's been, limited opportunities to go to the grocery store, we've actually purchased recently a carton of white eggs, but we only have a few left that are boiled. So instead of using those hard-boiled eggs and doing a traditional dye, I do have these, which are kind of like a paper mache egg. And I actually got these last year after Easter at the 99-cent store, amazingly. I got them on clearance, and I just thought, who knows, maybe an occasion would arise. And I have a bin in the garage for Easter holiday stuff, and when I saw it in there, I thought, oh, this is perfect. And you can dye these eggs. That's what the instructions kind of call for. It has the egg drying stand and the dyeing dipper and the dyeable eggs. I guess they're made out of plastic, it says. But instead of dyeing it, I thought it'd be more fun if we painted it. So I have a lot of acrylics. I got this really great set of acrylic paints from Artist Law. So I have some other colors of acrylic paint here and some Mod Podge. Hopefully after we're done with painting or applying whatever we want to apply to it, we can use a layer of Mod Podge to keep it looking really nice and shiny, and so it can last. And maybe it's something that we can pull out again next year. I have a lot of these paint trays, so what I'm going to do is probably just pour some of the acrylic paint colors into this, so it'll be easy for everybody to access, and I'll probably do it by color. And then of course, I love these things, highly recommend these foil pans. We use them and reuse them. We used these recently for a clay making project, so you can see a little bit of the clay from our clay flowers is still in there. I've got a couple of these food containers that we're using for water, and I have them on each side of the table so we don't have to reach across each other, but that'll just be to wash off our paintbrushes. And I have actually a couple of these. I pulled out one. So many different glitter glues that we can use to enhance and decorate and add some bling. And then I've got these glitter glues, just some more stuff. And then I have these little sparkly decals that might be useful, and of course paintbrushes and just scissors just for opening things up. And I think, I still brought out what we have from the dyeing kit. I'm not sure if we'll dye the few eggs that we have left, but I brought that out. And then I think this year for our Easter, because we don't really have traditional Easter baskets, we might use these little containers that look sort of like a birdhouse, like a little small tiny greenhouse, but I think that'll be really cute. With some Easter grass and different colors, and then we'll put our decorated eggs inside, and that'll be nice for the Easter bunny, I think. So You guys excited?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. So we've got all of our colors poured out now. Kids are kind of making fun of me because I didn't do rainbow order. Got a little extra oil in that black paint, but this should be great for us to get going. All right, so we're all set up. We've got our 4 trays ready.
Hey.
We've got Daddy joining us for this craft, so he's gonna jump in and we are gonna get started here. So we are opening this up. Don't need to be too careful, but just a little careful. To preserve my at-home manicure. All right, so these are all ready.
They look pretty real.
They look pretty realistic. They're pretty cool. So I'm going to pass them out 3 at a time to get us started.
Yay.
But everybody should be able to do 6 ultimately, because I have
2 packs.
2 packs.
All right. I'm going to figure out what I want to do. Uh-oh. I
Okay.
got my head. Got a little scene going there. I see a cow egg in the distance.
It's coming together.
And a little face.
Inspired by Lincoln, he came up with the great idea to make an earth for one of our eggs. So I decided that I would also do one of those.
All right, Lincoln, can you show me your favorite egg that you made
Well,
today?
my favorite egg is this.
Ooh, and is that abstract?
Well, I tried to make it like the pour paint videos we were watching this morning.
Okay, so you were pouring layers of paint on top of each other?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, very interesting. All right. I had only moderate success. I was trying to do like a little sweet shop series with like this little donut, and then I had also this little ice cream cone. So I was trying to do a little series. It didn't really pop off totally the way I had hoped or expected, but not bad. So when we put them all together, I'm sure they'll be really cute. So I'm just gonna layer this grass. I know it's a little stripy, but we can get it sorted out a little better. I think my idea is to do a layer of purple on top of that teal layer, and then we'll just place the little eggies in there, like so. It's cute. And Kofi went upstairs, but I wanted to shout out his eggs too, which we are placing in our little eggy houses. Besides painting and decorating our Easter eggs, we wanted to try to create an Easter egg hunt indoors that would still work. So I just got these printable templates and we decorated these Easter eggs. They turned out so great. The kids did such a good job. I also decorated some, then we laminated them, and the plan's just to put a little bit of tape on the back of each one and tape them up all over the house so that the kids can have an Easter egg hunt. Okay, so now it's time for the pièce de résistance. We are gonna try to make an Easter bunny cake. So that's what's next. So I'm just gonna talk through what I have here. It's pretty straightforward because we're just using this Pillsbury traditional chocolate cake mix. I'm going to doctor it up a little bit to make it a little bit more moist. And then we've got tons of vanilla frosting that we're gonna use because we're doing this white bunny rabbit. I've got coconut shreds, at least one pack here. I might have another pack if we need it, but to give the bunny some texture, I've got the little edible jumbo candy eyes. We've got other kinds of like white sprinkles, and then all of the gel icings and different things that we have in a piping bags. And then obviously for the cake mix, we've got eggs and oil, measuring cup for water. I've got my mixer, and then of course I've got this really great cake pan that I got. So hopefully it all turns out great.
All right.
Okay, so I did look up a couple of little tips and secrets for making cake more moist, and something that we did see that I'm gonna try is just adding milk instead of water to the box cake mix. So if you have cake mix, there are ways to kind of zhuzh it up and make it taste a little bit more homemade when you're trying to take some shortcuts but still make it good. So instead of using regular milk, I'm going to use this unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Hopefully that will work out well for us. Kofi and I are actually lactose intolerant. It's not a huge deal. I can bake with milk, but I just decided why not go ahead and use this and see how it works out. Another trick that they put in was that we can use additional egg yolks. So use the number of eggs that the recipe calls for, and then you can just add an additional egg yolk. In this case, since I'm doubling the recipe, I'm gonna add 2 extra egg yolks to try to give it extra moisture. Okay, so I just pulled this cake out of the oven and it's about to be the moment of truth. I'm gonna see if I can flip it over onto the cooling rack to cool and keep it intact. Fingers crossed.
Oh my God, you got this. Come on.
Okay, all right.
Little too
Looks
much
happy.
butter.
All right.
He looks
all right.
happy.
Looks happy. You made it. You made it.
What was that hole in here?
Happy Easter!